Ash vs. Evil Dead 2015 show that uh not like continuity was ever Evil Dead strong suit, but supposedly takes place at least after one or two. We'll say to be safe, definitely not after number three. Um, but my opinion, though, I love Sam Raimi and the Evil Dead trilogy. I like Sam's like ideas, and I would just writes the scripts and goes about like his movies they're crazy. They're so wacky, but yet they tend to be funny too. Like you're always shocked, but you're amused. And the first Evil Dead, it's one of my most favorite horror movies. It's a classic in my opinion.
Yeah.
And the second, which is often tends to be a fan favorite. Like, I mean, for some people like all three movies, and there's some that lean toward like one particular installment, which is interesting. But usually the fan favorite is number two, which I understand. It's not mine, but it's like a little carnival funhouse of a horror movie. And the third one, also not like my fave, but definitely like it's really cool. It's like where else could you go after number two? It's like a nice little excursion, more or less pun intended, since he like goes back in time. But yeah, but now cutting to this show. Before I even get into that, what are your opinions on one through three?
One is awesome. It's a classic. Two, it's a nice different take of one.
Yeah,
Three, it's awesome. It's incredible. But
yeah. Now for the show, I initially I will just say straight up, as groovy as the show sounded, the three-part movie plan sounded groovier. Like I really wanted the crossover and the sequels to the remake and Army of Darkness, but they decided to scrap all that and just go with the show. And even when I first heard of it, I was like, yeah, I'll just see. Like I mean, at least Bruce is involved in Sam, and it's going to stars and not like FX or anything, so they can do a lot.
uh,
But then here comes the show, and I'm watching the first episode, and at least the first of three or four. I've just seen like three at the moment. I'm definitely gonna catch up. But I was like, I thought the show was opening nicely. Like it was like already kind of catching us up with Ash. It didn't feel like it was an Evil Dead, not Ash. Like but yeah, but basically once it finally got toward the last like 10-15 minutes, as an Evil Dead fan, I was kind of giddy and like pleased. I was like, I was already liking the show, but toward the end I liked it like five times more.
yeah.
And I won't spoil it, but basically, if you are a fan of Evil Dead, once it gets to the sequence with Ash and his trailer in the end of the first episode, you'll love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the tone of the show, they still managed to keep it like how they did for two and three, like funny and scary instead of just straight up scary and like kind of for the shock value. But yeah,
Me, I would say I like the first one the best because it does feel like a Evil Dead movie. Like Sam did it, and that's what
yeah,
was needed.
that's the cherry on
Yeah,
top for the first episode is that Sam directed it. Like, because we were watching the first episode and like just wondering how the feel was able to be captured like for Evil Dead, like how it was able to be captured so wonderfully, and only to be see that it's directed by Sam himself. So
and then I think in the future when they do end this, which I hope it's not anytime soon, but
yeah,
when they do end it, I hope Sam does direct the final one.
yeah, so
So,
do I.
that's the only way to go in and out of an Evil Dead franchise like this. Like, so I just hope, he's around, and
Yeah.
because we don't know how long this is going for.
But otherwise, for some straight up critiques, like I already say, that I was pleased with at least the first three episodes. But as it's progressing, to me, the show just gets better and better, and it makes me want to see what they're going to do next. Especially with not only with Ash, like it's great to see Ash. I love that we're going to get one-liners from him like every week. And the blood, you definitely need your blood, and the kind of crazy violence. That's one thing I like about Evil Dead, and I always love the blood splatter moments. And I like that there's like a B storyline. There's like two people that are on to the Ash character, and we're going to see where they go with that.
Groovy.
So yeah, like the show I was a little like meh and skeptical about, but it's won me over, and it continues to win me over.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's going to be a classic, definitely a cult classic.
Yeah,
People that, in the future they're going to see it and they're going to jump on it.
Yeah.
So it's a good show.